What do you keep from your partner? That I had. In fact. Read a book series. He had a book containing the entire collection and somehow thought I hadn't read it. He was so excited to read it with me that I didn't have the heart to say anything. So we reread the entire series aloud over the course of many months. The existence and location of peanut butter in the house. He sleep eats and has eaten the whole jar at once more than once. I like to have a spoonful as a snack every now and then if he doesn't know we have anywhere it is. I can make a small jar last a month or more. The reason I'm so good at gifts and they seem so thoughtful is that I keep a list on my phone for whenever she says she wants or likes something. It seems like I have this great memory. But instead I just wrote it down when you said it 6 months ago. I extended it into the in-laws to help on holidays. As we usually send from the both of us. When I used to go away on 2-week-long work trips. Every damn time I got home. My wife and daughter had always gone through all the toilet paper. Could never finally just get home and take a peaceful quiet break. So finally I just started hoarding toilet paper from the hotels I stayed at. Hiding them high in the back of the closet. They never knew how much my prior relationship truly messed me up. She knows a little bit about it but not to the extent it has shaped me in relationships. I feel like I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to be that guy blaming everything on an ex. How empty my brain is most of the time. Like I'm just sitting there starting off into the distance and he asks what I'm thinking about. Usually I'm honest and say I zoned out, but I'm zoned out like 90% of the time. The depths of my fears and frustrations about having cancer. And the fatalistic jokes I make about it. I don't share them with my husband because he's having a hard time with my diagnosis. His wife has cancer. It's eventually gonna kill her. He's obviously stressed out about the whole situation. Instead, I share my darker and more irrational thoughts with a psychologist at the cancer center. He doesn't need to know every worst case scenario that my anxiety comes up with. He does need to know that I have a will and an MDPOA. And where they are. In case poop actually goes sideways. He doesn't like to hear me joke about my 3/4 life crisis or silly funeral ideas. So I don't do it when he's around. He doesn't need to know about my poop. If it gets to the point where he does need to know about it, I'll look into hiring a nurse or CNA to make his life and his job as a caregiver easier. Bodily functions. More specifically bathroom time. I shut the door. Every single time. She don't give a damn. Why that's open. That I dread coming home after work. Or sitting at the dinner table with her. Or dealing with her crankiness when she goes to bed. Depression changes people. It makes them selfish, sensitive, defeated, and highly irritable. I understand depression enough to know it's largely not her fault. She was entirely different before the depression set in. If I hint in any way how hard it is to be around her, she breaks down and can't function. So I smile, listen, and pretend I'm happy to be around her. For her sake. I've been binge eating for the last several years. I would get banana bread, cake, loaves of bread, entire meals at Indian restaurants, containers of ice cream, etc. and eat whatever it was in the car and then throw away the evidence before going home. A couple months ago I finally told him what I've been doing. So he started running errands for me or coming with me or letting me drag my son everywhere with me. It's helped. A few days ago I decided that I wasn't going to hide anything anymore and brought home a container of mango sorbet. I've eaten less than 1/4 of it over 3 days. Before I would have eaten the entire 800 calorie container plus a loaf of banana bread in the car in one sitting. And would have done that maybe more than once. It's a spreadsheet called If the Shit Hits the Fan. I made it when we were going through a rough patch in our relationship concurrently with my going through a rough patch at work. Pretty much. I felt like I was going to get dumped and fired. And the only thing that allowed me to sleep at night was keeping a running tally of all my assets and how long those would sustain my kids and me if I got fired and dumped at the same time. As well as the cost of my preferred floor plan at every apartment complex zone for my kids' schools. We're doing great now. Have been for some time. Work's awesome. 2. I still keep the spreadsheet updated. It keeps the anxiety down. She thinks I don't pee in the shower. But I sometimes do. My ex and I really like this low-key underrated song. My wife heard the same song on my list and fell in love for it. She always blasts it on the radio when we are on the car. I know if I were to tell her that it is also my ex-girlfriend's favorite song it would ruin for her. So I just let her be happy. My dog likes to poop on the rooftop balcony while I work from home around 1130 am. She gets excited and comes and asks to be let out. She does her business and goes and naps. I pick it up and flush it. It's been our thing for months now. We have a backyard. The dog does poop there many times. The dog gets walks. Plenty of pooping time in her life. But it's her routine now. To come into my work area about 1130 am. Asks to get let out of the balcony door. Poops then naps. It seems to make her happy to poop there. Spouse does not know. Nor would he approve of the rooftop balcony poops. Edit, typo. How much I really miss my grandmother, she died, and how often I burst out in tears and how depressed I am because of that. There's one thing that I hide from my wife. My goddamn phone charger. I swear to Odin she cannot keep up with the charger. I'm down to one charger I take with me to different rooms. If I don't need it, I hide it in my closet. Like a child. The fact that I'll propose to her in a few weeks. Good thing she doesn't use any social media. Right now what's going on in my life? Normally I would say it's an extremely unhealthy dynamic to have in a relationship. But he's overwhelmed with all the problems coming from COVID. He's at risk. A family member of his is really sick. Our lease is up. And personal issues as well. Right now he just can't keep track of everything that's happening. I'm kind of tired of the misunderstandings. Feeling frustrated when he can't remember. Or feeling ignored. I'm keeping a journal though. So I can keep track. As well as to have a record to talk to him about later. I know he's trying his best. He wants to listen. But now is just one of those bad times. My wish list on Amazon and bookmarks of gifts I plan to buy for him in the future. How freaking terrified I am that he's going to leave me. I have no real reason to think he plans on leaving me. But it's just something that probably won't ever go away. I love him so much and I know he loves me. But I'm still so scared. I let my cat drink from the tap. Please don't tell her. That I write a bit of erotica on the side. She'd be thrilled and supportive. But I'm just too embarrassed. Nice try. Stacy. I used to be a Shudder's theater kid. How unhappy I am. I know a lot more of her previous sexual partners and hookups than she thinks I do. I have no reason to bring them up and I don't want her to be self-conscious about it. How much I hate myself. It would hurt her. She gave me a teddy bear holding a heart with the words I love you. I still keep it with me. The French fries at the bottom of the bag. Work stuff. I work in a hospital and I have a fragile population of patients. Sometimes they die. I've tried to talk to him about it in the past when I have a sad one but he didn't really get it. I understand. It's uncomfortable talking about death. So now if I have a crummy day or difficult case I just say that and go for a run, or drink a few glasses of wine, and save the talking for my co-workers who can relate. It took a long time to reveal all of my sexual deviancies but they're all out. Now all I hide is the occasional half dozen cookies I bake and eat while she is at work. I was high basically the entire first month of quarantine. I'm typically an occasional smoker. Once or twice a week, and my wife is aware of this. After I lost my job to COVID, I was on the verge of a mental break. A friend came through and gifted me a sizable supply of his grade A bud, and I essentially spent that first month in a haze of working out and watching movies. After the first month I started to cut back and face reality sober. Only popping down to the dispensary once a month. It's been tough, and I haven't smoked in a month since I'm starting a new job soon, but I know my wife would not approve, justifiably, of me using weed as a crutch for that first month. Why did I hide it? Because I would have ran. We had finally gotten our life on track after a few rough years, and having it all snatched away was just comically cruel. I'm doing okay now, but I don't know how I would have survived April otherwise. My chocolate. If he so much as thinks of touching it. So help me Lord lol. For some reason he feels the need to hide that he masturbates from me, so now I've gotten into the habit of hiding that I masturbate. I seriously don't know if he knows I do that. We've been together 10 years. Awkward to bring it up now. Any and all surprises I have in store for him. His face is absolutely adorable when I give him a really cool surprise. The best was when I got him a husky puppy lol, drove him all the way out to where we were getting it from with him desperately trying to figure out what we were doing lmayo. Farts. I will do just about anything not to let one go when we're together. Not a new relationship. Just holding on tightly to that dignity sense of attraction. About 75% of my love for them so they don't think I'm crazy or smothering. Edit. 75%. I like fractions. Edit too. 0. Thank you all for the upvotes. This is my most upvoted comment, which is nice. I fart. A lot. When she's near I always keep it in. And after a while my stomach hurts. Not good for me probably, but I'd be very embarrassed to tell her about it. I think my wife sorta knows about my other account where I writing down a butt full of short stories and long comments. But I don't think she's really read any other them or know kinda gross they are. It's like she's keeping them from herself on my behalf. Thanks, lady. My wife thinks video games are a waste of time and brain cells. It's a hobby of mine that she begrudgingly tolerates. She likes classical music, though. There are a few orchestral tracks on she likes when I play when we're getting busy in the bedroom. I've told her they're lesser known works by Dvorak and Schubert. Almost all video game soundtracks. Never Rising. To Faraway Times. Sovngarde. To Zinnikand. Nathan Drake's theme. Aerith's theme. Just to pick a few. How much it actually costs getting my hair done. He thinks I'm getting a color cut and blow dry for 70 quid and that it's crazy expensive. It's actually 200, but he doesn't need to know the truth. That's the only thing kept from him, and really, it's in his best interest that the KFC Double Down holds a special place in my heart as well. $5.76. I kept some credit card debt from them. Oof. 0/10 recommend. Came clean. I thought they were going to leave. Thankfully they didn't. TLDR, don't keep secrets. THC vape pen. She would smoke the whole thing. I am in a fairly new relationship and I refuse to keep anything from him. At 44 and getting out of a horrible marriage from someone who kept most everything from me. There is just no way I can put someone through the hurt that I did. Being open and honest is the only way to be. Sappy or not IDC. Her snacks when she needs help with rationing. We're super open otherwise. Including porn. The type of porn I watch. My phone password. Not my partner. But we like each other and are trying to work it out. He knows everything about me except maybe how much I like him. Toenail clippings. She also doesn't know that I keep them. Raiding her bathroom trash bin every night. Nor does she know that we're partners yet. But my hope is to save them up and make them into a small diorama house to give to her on our 5th anniversary as a mock-up of our forever home.
Hi there. Look, if you enjoyed the video, well, why not go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to Reddit Stories. In fact, if you want to see even more responses to this thread, well then, take a look. There's the link in the description below. And remember, show some love to those authors while you're there. And I look forward to seeing you next time.